What's going on, guys? This is Marty McFly bringing you another episode of The Merch. Today we're going to talk about some new vinyl pickups, talk about some new CDs I just picked up, a couple of record stores I went to, some stuff that came in the mail, and of course we're going to talk about two fantastic records that released yesterday, the new Evergrey, and what's playing in the background is the new Architects. I'm sure you guys have been dying to hear about that. Right now, yeah, might as well, we got to talk about it. The new Architects, for those who wish to exist, released yesterday. 15 solid tracks. Nice gatefold cover right there. 14 and a half. The first song's an intro. It's like a minute and a half long. Final track, not that exciting big bang ending you guys are probably hoping for, like we've seen on a lot of their records. You know, Daybreaker, Hall of Crown all have those big bang endings. You're definitely not getting that this time. It's more of an acoustic slow ending. Lots of keyboards, lots of violins. Overall, the record's great. I mean, for 15 tracks for 11 bucks, I can't really complain. A lot of Bring Me the Horizon worship, which I mean, yeah, I like Bring Me the Horizon. I like them as far back as they go. I have their first EPs, and I pretty much have all their records kind of going up into the newer stuff. There's just a lot of Bring Me the Horizon worship on this album, and it's very obvious. It's really strange for me for a veteran band to want to play that much. Really heavy emphasis on rhythm section, keyboards, and Carter's vocals, which Carter's a heck of a singer. I love what he was able to do, but you know, maybe a little too much focus on just the rhythm section. Those arpeggio lead guitars, that's gone. There's one song on the entire record that actually plays like a heavy, really good lead guitar section. Yeah, that's Black Lungs. Solid breakdown right in the middle of the track. They kind of repeat it toward the end too. But yeah, I mean, a lot of Bring Me the Horizon worship going on, which is really weird to me because Architects has been around for much longer. If you're expecting Ruin, Hollow Crown, Daybreaker, The Here and Now, you're not really going to get it. You're going to get some interesting homages to that. There's even one track you get a little bit of that mathcore sound you're getting from Hollow Crown. But if you're looking for those arpeggio lead guitars, there's only one track on there that's really got it. Everything else is rhythm section. Carter's voice, he focuses a lot on you know, whisper singing. The clean screaming he did on the last three albums, not really there anymore. Lost Forever, Lost Together, that era is kind of gone, unfortunately. And but you know, his vocals are great. He's a great singer, but heavy emphasis on keyboards, a lot of violins, which I thought was kind of a cool way. But you can tell, you know, they're a little bit older. They're not young guys anymore, and they're just trying something new. Overall, I think it's a fun album. You get 15 tracks for your money. I think it's great. I hate this digipack thing though. I mean, you know, it's really small. It's about maybe half the size of a normal CD. What they did with the packaging. What we have playing right now though is probably one of my favorite songs on the album. That's Giving Blood. Fantastic track. Now, if you're looking for something that's a little bit more Hollow Crown, or maybe not as far back as Ruin, but overall great tracks. Giving Blood, Discourse is Dead, Impermanence. Animals is great. Libertine is fantastic. Ordinary Extinction. Ordinary Extinction might give you a little bit of what you're looking for. If you're looking for a little bit of going back to the lead guitars, there's a little bit of that arpeggio lead guitar work that you want. There's a track on there, though. It's called Impermanence. Damn. Winston Mccall comes out of the blue right in the middle of the breakdown and just brings in Winston Mccall, just brute vocals, and I think that just did the track for me. I was like, okay, I'm okay with that. Yeah, all right. If you're at the gym and that comes on and you're in the middle of the set, there you go, man. That's gonna get you off. So very happy with that. We waited a long time for this album. You know, it's been a couple years since the last one, but for 15 tracks, I'm pretty happy with what we got for it. I'm a little disappointed with the Bring Me the Horizon worship. Hopefully, the next record we can start deviating away from that a little bit. Maybe we can start going, you know, including everything, all their eras of music. But it'll be a couple years before the next one comes out, so I guess we'll just have to see. Next up on the CD list, one of the best albums of 2020. This is Dark Tranquility's Moment. This is a total homage to character era Dark Tranquility, and that makes me so darn happy. Notable tracks, the whole CD's great. The ending to the album is a little bit of a slow burn, but the nice thing about this is it comes with a bonus track, 2 bonus tracks on its own CD. Beautiful, nice gatefold packaging. We got 14 tracks on there, which is fantastic. I love what they did with it. I think it's a great album. I've been playing it nonstop since I got it. Other notable pickups, we got All Hell from Vanna, aka the Pink Album. This is the last record they produced before they broke up. I saw them at Warped Tour right before they were done. This is dirt cheap on Amazon right now if you want it. You can get it brand new, untouched, Prime delivery 2 days. Dirt cheap, like $5-6 now. It's got everything you want. Hardcore, punk, you got melody, you got, you know, some of that old screaming, heavy stuff they used to do. It's a good mixture of everything. You can almost get a little bit of Converge, Norma Jean homages in there. And one of the other favorite albums of mine in 2020, you've got the new Silosis. It's 12 tracks of goodness, man. You gotta check it out. It's just old-fashioned, just metal. I don't want to call it heavy metal. I don't want to call it metalcore. It's just metal. Great guitar work. Very talented guys in this band. Fantastic return to form. Notable tracks, I think one of the best ones has got to be Apex of Disdain, I Sever, Cycle of Suffering. Fantastic CD from those guys. Over here in Tampa, we have an abundance of record stores. If you're going to go on a vinyl hunt, you got to come to Tampa. You can't skip over it. There's a record store called Kingfish Records over in Clearwater. Picked up 2 of these. They had a vinyl record sale, sidewalk sale the other day. They have a great hardcore section. And there's Winston Mccall, baby. So they have a fantastic hardcore section. This is Allegiance with Overlooked. Best way I could explain this, this is like if you took Norma Jean, Vanna, and Incendiary and mixed them all together with a little bit of Terror. Absolutely fantastic. It's 12 songs. You definitely get your money's worth. There's a couple short tracks on there. You know how hardcore bands like to do, where you get those couple of those 2-minute tracks. Can't say enough about it. I got this pretty cheap in their store. The guy knows his hardcore music really well. And it comes on this gorgeous yellow and red splatter vinyl. Overall, I've been listening to this. It's been fantastic. We got some nice liner note cover in here. This is kind of like your prototypical hardcore liner sheet with the whole band on there. Fantastic. And the thing I love about this store is these are hardcore bands I've never heard of before until I picked them up. The covers are great, and they drew me in. The next is Expire with Regret. This is a little bit different. Now, this is on a gray vinyl. A little bit gray marbling going on there. Comes with a really nice poster in the liner sheet. Really nice poster, which I don't know if I can actually get that anywhere on my roof, but I would love to have that in the house. Big liner sheet on the back. These guys, it's really hard to pinpoint them. The guys' vocals are really gruff, kind of like, I don't even know what you could compare them to. This is like a little bit like Terror as far as guitar rhythms goes. Definitely like, you know, emphasis like Incendiary, Terror, a little bit of Madball. Vocals, though, you'd swear is coming out of a grind band or, you know, like a new deathcore band. His vocals are really gruff, really hard. It's really hard to, they're almost unsettling. It sounds like a monster running out, you know, running through the forest or something. Overall, I can't complain about it. It's been a great album. I played through the whole thing. Each song is pretty long. You're definitely getting your money's worth. But that is Expire with Regret, and you'll know exactly what I mean. When you pop them on, you'll be like, okay. If I could make another comparison, if you've listened to any of the Christian deathcore bands, Impending Doom, In the Midst of Lions, his vocals are a little bit more like that, just with a more of a hardcore setting, kind of like Terror. So in the mail, I was kind of disappointed because this came undone when I opened my mail this morning. This was already open, so I can't tell if someone's trying to rifle through it or if it was just bad packaging. But except no substitutes, I finally got a copy. This is Entombed, Left Hand Path. This has been a grail for me for a long time. This is kind of the beginning of that era of buzzsaw Swedish melodic death metal. These guys were super young when this record came out. They kind of paved the way for Swedish death metal, for metalheads everywhere. Left Hand Path, kind of, yeah, I mean, if you're a little bit familiar with how the Book of the Devil works, and basically taking the path of the left hand, the path lesser known. This is kind of like a reference to, almost like a reference to Satanism, I guess you could say. But I love the cover. The cover did it for me. It's just a beautiful, gorgeous artwork and cover, and that actually sold me. That was enough for me to want to buy it. But the very first track, it's just called Left Hand Path. It's one of my favorite songs from these guys. Even if you go into further stuff like Wolverine Dreams, things like that, that band's fantastic. Now it's Entombed AD. But Accept No Substitutes. This is... Alright. So this is the big package. I've been waiting a little while for this one to come in. This is I got from E1 Records. It came in pretty quickly. They shipped it right out to me. It was pretty cheap. They have a couple specials going on right now as far as shipping goes, and I think all the CDs are free shipping. When I saw these two on the website, I immediately went out and jumped on and bought them. So I have a vinyl copy of this, but I wanted a CD hard copy for the car. This is Sky Harbor Sunshine Dust. I know I've talked about these guys 100 times, but I couldn't get enough of it. That final track, Sunshine Dust, it's just the CD. I had to have it. I had to have another copy of it. There's also a song on called Ugly Heart. It's just beautiful. It's melodic. Just kind of puts you in the right mood, especially if going down a gorgeous beach drive by yourself. You have some white guy thinking time. Fantastic. All right. Last one. This is what I've been thinking about nonstop since I saw it on sale. I was waiting for the day this band would be able to come back on vinyl, and I'm so happy they did. Chimera, The Age of Hell. And anyone who knows me obviously knows I'm a huge Chimera fan. I remember when the CD came out, they just reminded me of everything I loved about this band. At this time, the band was kind of changing a little bit. Rob Arnold was still in the band, but Jim Marca was out, and Chris Spacuzza was no longer in the band, but he still had Mark Hunter, he still had Rob Arnold. Matt DeVries was still in the band, but at that point, even when they did the video for Year of the Snake, you could tell the band changed a little bit. But there's actually just a pure melodic, beautiful song on there, and that actually just changed my whole image of the album. I mean, because Chimera, yeah, Mark still sings. He's still got a great singing voice, but it's very rare that you have him do a whole song of just melody. And it's called Beyond the Grave. I think it's a beautiful song, and I love what they did with it. Anyway, this comes on a big orange tangerine vinyl colored. I was so happy to finally get this in the mail, man. Hopefully, you never know. I don't know what record labels are doing nowadays, but maybe Roadrunner one day will bring out the rest of the discography. I would love to get the self-titled on vinyl, maybe even The Impossibility of Reason. I already have The Infection on picture disc, which I'm really happy about, but maybe one day we'll be able to get the rest of the discogs on vinyl. So I got a couple books that I'm got open right now. One of them I'm studying for my Step 3. Anyone who's familiar with residency or medicine, you got to take Step 1, Step 2, Step 3. Right now I'm reading Step 3 Secrets. It's actually pretty good. I usually read about a half an hour before bed every night just to go through quick topics. So if you're in med school or you're a resident, this has been helping me out. I used it for Step 2, did pretty well, 90th percentile in Step 2. I read this a little bit before bed, went through UWorld twice. Anyone who knows about UWorld knows about how much that sucks. And then, I've already read it before, but I got it open again, because I just wanted to sit down and read it again. This kind of got me through a challenging time in my life. Right before I read this, I wasn't in med school yet, and I felt like I just wasn't where I wanted to be in my life. And Kitchen Confidential, Anthony Bourdain, it's just a fantastic read. It's funny as hell. His journeys are so bonkers and so messed up, but I think it's a great read. Rest in peace. I've read most of his books up to this point, and I loved just reading about his adventures and his stories. And there's a chapter in his called A Day in the Life. I don't know, man. I could never be a chef. No. I mean, I'm sure it's rewarding, but we can all do our things for different reasons, and I just don't think I would enjoy it enough to want to do it. But his story about being a chef and it just sounds bonkers all day long. Chain smoking cigarettes, chain popping an aspirin every 5 seconds. It's a great read, definitely worth picking up. That's kind of it for me right now. We got The New Architects playing. I picked up the new Evergrey as well. That's coming in the mail from Amazon. Everything I've heard from it is fantastic. I think the new Evergrey record, Escape of the Phoenix, it's better than the last two. The last two I thought were great. They had a trilogy. The last three albums came out from a trilogy, and I thought Hymns for the Broken was probably the best out of the three. I kind of went it down in order. Hymns for the Broken, Storm Within, and then The Atlantic was good. The Atlantic was good. It was just very rhythm section, little bit of leads in there, but I think Hymns of the Broken was still the better out of the three. And then I like Storm Within because you have Karina England, which is his wife, I think, singing on there, and then you have another female backup. She's currently in Nightwish. Her name is Flora Jansen. She also did backup vocals on it, which I think made the album for me. The Atlantic was great, just not nowhere near as good as Escape of the Phoenix, though. It's just a good power album. It reminds me a lot of old school Evergrey with a mixture of blend of the new. Definitely check it out. It's kind of expensive because it's on AFM Records, so it's about $16.99 right now for the CD. If you get the art book edition, which comes in with a vinyl, and the CD comes with bonus tracks, kind of wanted it, but if you bought it on AFM Records, it comes up to $70 for, what are you paying for? You pay $70 for basically the shipping. The art book looks beautiful when it comes with the vinyl, but maybe one day if I find it at a local record store a little bit cheaper, I'll pick it up. But that's the new Evergrey. Every song on there is a banger. You got to check it out. It's just wonderfully done. I don't even want to pick one song. There's songs on there that are better than the singles they released. So definitely got to check it out. I'm going to keep listening to the New Architects. But that's kind of it for me from here. I hope you guys are doing all right and had a great week out there. It's a beautiful sunny day out here in Florida. So I think we're going to be hitting the beach here. So you guys take care of yourselves, take care of each other, and God bless.